Pretty flat through here. What was that about? We just went into emergency. That was kind of weird. What's up, YouTube? Happy Monday. The weekend has once again flown by like no tomorrow, but we're back at it. We are playing some Run 8. I know we've gotten away from Emergency Monday. This week's going to be like super busy for me with my kids and stuff that like they've got going on in school. So what we're going to do is reserve the firefighting content for probably Thursday, maybe Wednesday as well too. But it's just going to be easier for me to do the longer videos like today and tomorrow as opposed to the end of the week. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're back on our A768. We're continuing our run north on this local mirror. We just switched Gilman Brothers in the last video. And we're stopped. I don't really know where we're stopped at, to be honest. We're stopped somewhere. I know that. I just don't know where. Where are we at? So we're down at Offerman. Okay. We're down at Offerman on the A768. So yeah, we're going to be heading out from here. We're going to be going straight to Rainier and setting out our cut up there and picking up and then coming back. And then we only got one other place to work on the way back. So I don't know how far we'll get today. We'll see. Let's get our windows open here and our back door. Get it taken care of. And what do we look like brake wise? We got a little bit drawn down. Let's bring it on down a little more. Let's get a good set so we won't get stuck brakes. Okay, that's all good. Let's release the parking brake. Put this thing in forward, and now we got to bring up a light. We're going to do it ourselves. I'm not going to let Otto do this. We'll do it ourselves. We don't really have a lot of meeting traffic. It's more following, like trailing traffic is what we're having to deal with. So we're at Offerman. Where does this? Okay, and then it goes to Screven. Okay. It's a little bit deceiving or confusing trying to follow these routes. So we're following two trains. We can't get that light yet. Okay, but we should have a light here. Yes, we do. All right, let's get ready to blast off, guys. Release independent. Give her a little bit of throttle. I don't know what the grade is right here. I don't think it's too bad. Let's give her a little bit more. See what we can do here. There we go. Not a huge train. We got 3 big jacks on the head end today, so we've got plenty of power. Power isn't an issue with this thing today. Let's do left shift to F8 for our tags, our location tags. We are a 50-mile-an-hour train. 50-mile-an-hour running. Here, I think it's a 60-mile-an-hour railroad, but we got 50-mile-an-hour running for us. Go ahead and open it up a little bit more. So, yeah. We're going to Jesup. There's not an outbound cut to pick up at Jesup, so I think what we're going to do, because nothing is processed there, and plus there's not a job to switch that, and I'm sure enough not going to switch that place. So we're just going to set the cutoff, and we're going to probably just spawn in a cut to pick up. I think that would probably be the best way to go. The best way to go about it. So that's what we're going to do. Go ahead and open this bad boy up and get out of here. She's a little weighty. I mean, she's got a little weight to her. She's 2.8. We were 3.0. Now we're at 2.8. So she's come down a little bit. 2,300 feet, 3,800 tons. She's got a little weight to her with all these wood chip hoppers. These wood chip hoppers add up after a while. All right, let's go down here. Let's do a little rail fanning. We hardly ever do any rail fanning. We're gonna go down here and do some rail fanning, guys. Go check it out. I want a good shot right here. Give her a little more throttle. Let's just hang out here and wait for a second. Let's keep an eye on our speed. We want to make sure you don't get too fast. I can barely hear. Yeah, I wish it was louder. Like, it needs to be louder, right? Who agrees with me? It needs to be a little, it needs to be louder. Like, you got to be able to hear this stuff. You would totally be able to hear this thing in number 7 coming up through here like that. Oh, he parks right in the way, right? How typical is that? How typical is that? Yeah, it needs to be louder. It just sounds like it's muffled to me a little bit. You know, it seems a little muffled to me. Nice, nice, I dig it. What's our speed? 30. Okay, let's hop back in the cab before we have a wreck. Before something bad happens. Very nice, RS5T. This does come with the game. I'm almost certain this is default to the game. There we go. All right, good on the crossings. Someone left a comment in another video, asked about me blowing the horn. They said something like, why do I blow it so long or something like that? So I'm not really sure exactly what they were asking me. You know, I do it a few different ways. It depends, right? Like, the traditional way you're supposed to do it is the, long, short, long, right? Like, that is the actual pattern you're supposed to blow. See, like, this is a little country road crossing right here. I remember working with engineers that, like, if it was some private crossing out in the middle of nowhere, they didn't get crazy with it, you know? They just kind of, you know, just kind of tapped on it a little bit, you know? Like I said, Farmer John's crossing in the middle of nowhere is obviously not an active road. Like, if it's a road, like, if it's a public road, by all means, well on it. Let them know. Because, if you hit someone, it's gonna be your butt on the line. But yeah, I remember that. It's, you know, I knew some engineers that weren't like 100. I keep not hitting the bell for some reason. I keep forgetting to do that. Some engineers that weren't like always 100% by the book. You know, they kind of, especially like horns that you could quill when they had the old lever. You know, and you could quill the horn. Some of them got really artistic with it. Others didn't. You know, but the push button deal is really lame. Like, it's the lamest thing ever. Lamest thing ever in the history of railroads. So we got another private crossing here. Okay, we're gonna have to grab some air. We're gonna have to grab some air on this bad boy. We're a little bit fast, but we'll be alright. Throttle them down to 10, bell it off. What is it? What is the grade through here? 0.5 down. It's a little deceiving, you know. It looks relatively flat and like it's going up, but you're actually going down. And I guess it's leveling out down here at the bottom. You can run a little fast. It's not the end of the world. It's absolutely not the end of the world. So yeah, you know, for the most part, I do the traditional, you know, horn sequence that you're supposed to have. Every once in a while, I venture from it. You know, it depends. Like, in the end, it's a game, right? I have no skin in this. Like, nothing is going to happen, so I don't have to worry about it. All right, let's let go of that air. It's starting to level out right here. Let's wipe the throttle. We'll wipe it to 8. I need to find a video that I recorded back years and years ago when I was a kid. I recorded a video of a local coming off the hill in the town that I live in. He comes out of this 35-mile-an-hour curve, and then a long, straight, flat section is like 55-mile-an-hour running back then. And as soon as he comes out of that curve, he's in dynamics, like you tell. He comes out of dynamics and just goes straight to number 8. Like, straight to number 8 in one go. You just hear it winding up, you know. And he only had like maybe 5 cars. Like, he didn't have a whole lot. It was a Chessie GP40, so it was pretty cool to see him doing that, to see and hear it, to hear him doing that. So point being is it's okay to wipe the throttle It, especially in game, in certain situations, right? Like it's not going to hurt anything. You just kind of gotta, you know, you gotta have a feel for it. And what it's doing? Are we, you know, are we free rolling? Or is, you know, are the amps high? Are the amps low? Are we free rolling and there's low amps? Then wipe it. You know, just go with it. Plus, it also depends on the type of train that you're hauling to. What's the slack doing? Is she nice and stretched, or is she all kind of, you know, banging around back there, bunched up, or whatever? You know, like you just kind of, you know, you just kind of get an idea of what it's doing and what you can get away with. All right, guys, another clear. I said we do have those trains ahead of us. We would be, we could be running on some color. Potentially. Depends if we keep those guys moving. This is just an intermediate. This A768 23 has got a clear intermediate 563.1. These are rolling pretty good. It's a good trade. Locals are fun. If you want to get over the railroad, pretty good. Locals fun. And this is kind of a heavy tonnage local too. I would consider this thing having more tonnage than like the average local because of all the wood chips they haul. All right, looks like we're going up upgrade here. A little bit. This is a really kind of hilly route. It's nothing extreme as far as like long grades or anything like that. It's just a lot of up and down. It's got a lot of undulating grades. There, here we go. Looks like another private crossing up here. So we'll blow it like some of the guys that I worked with back in the day, how they did it. Like I said, this would only be for private crossings where you know there's not much going on, you know. So it might would be something like that, you know. Like everyone's different. Everyone's different as far as their style. I always love listening to a good engineer with a horn that they could quill, a good horn that they could quill. Man, it's like an art form, right? It really just like that's like one of the biggest changes in railroading, going from the quillable like lever horn to the push button horns, you know, that they had for so many years. I think they've kind of gone back to the levers, but are they really quillable? Like the newer stuff, the ones that have the levers, are they quillable or are they just on and off is the question. This A768's got a clear distance to Scriven, 8974 north out. Yeah, I don't know anything about the new stuff. Never been on it, never been around it. The newest thing that we had when I worked was AC 4400s. They were still delivering some of those, and then so the ES 4400s and all this aces and all this other junk, I don't know anything about it. I couldn't tell you a single thing about it. Make sure you got clear down here. ZSX A768 23 has got clear south Screven 8974 north out. We're just gonna roll with it. She's getting a little bit fast. We're just gonna go with it. She's fine. She's actually gonna be going right back uphill anyway. Let's give her a little throttle, a little bit, kind of keep the slack from running in. Had a diamond board there, it looked like a 50, which doesn't matter because we're doing 50 anyway, so A little bit now. Try to slow her up just a tad. I'll go with a few over for a little bit, but we're not like going to run the entire trip 5 over. Like, that's not good. But let's fly up here. Let's go up here and check her out. Let's check her out. Go up here by the light. Nice. This is a good spot right here, guys. This is a good spot. Good spot to rail fan. We don't do a lot of rail fanning in game, right? I'm more of a person like just running. Just running and getting from point A to point B. You can barely hear it. You can hear it a little bit. Yeah, you should totally be able to hear that. A768 about to knock down the signal here. Nice. Yeah, she's cooking. She's rolling pretty good, guys. Got a bunch of tanks for reindeer. This is our reindeer cut here. Little hoppers and some wood chips on the bottom. Boxes for reindeer, and then we got our ace pole on the bottom, so we'll have to be sure to bring these back with us. I gotta figure out how we're going to do that exactly. Like, how are we going to finagle this set out and pick up? I don't know anything about reindeer, so I don't know exactly how they would do that, but yeah, it's going to be a super busy week for me. My kids have got like all kind of stuff going on this week. That's the thing about when you get older. That's like the number one thing to me is time. The passage of time gets faster and faster as you get older. It seems like when you're a kid, you have all the time in the world, right? Like, I guess that's why like my kids, nothing's a pressing matter to them. But as you get older, it's like there's just not enough time in the day. They've got like science fair projects to do this week or finish this week, and concerts this week, and then trick-or-treating and parties and like all kind of stuff. Like, it's a ton this week. It is a ton of stuff this week, guys. We're going to persevere though. We're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. Man, she's running fast again. What's the grade right here? 0.3 down. Yeah, let's come out of it a little bit. Come out of it a little bit. Don't let her get too fast. Like I said, we'll take a few. I'll always take a few. I'm not scared. We'll take a few. We don't want to get crazy with it. Yeah, you don't want to get crazy with it. If you take a few and derail, then you're going to have a bad day. We gotta be, let's get this guy a light. Let's give him a light. There we go. I think when I tried to light him earlier, I lined him the wrong way. 680. 680, barely creeping along up there at Ludovici. There, back into it. There, we got an approach. We got an approach. Oh, because that other tray, okay, that other dude had cleared up in front of us. Okay. Makes sense. And we better start, yeah, we better start taking this thing because these blocks are kind of short. These are some seriously short blocks through here, guys. All right, some of them are. This is an intermediate. This isn't even the descent. Nice. Go ahead and grab a little air because I don't know how long this block is. I'm trying to scope it out, trying to figure out what's going on up here. It looks like it's not a short. At least I don't think I see the other signal. We're just going to slow her down a little bit. But just these blocks are so short. I want to take immediate action. We don't have time to come all the way out of number 8 and then go all the way into dynamics, and just, like you'll go too far by the time that ever gets going good. So it's good to just grab a little air, let things start happening. Like now we could go into dynamics if we wanted to. We could totally go into dynamics. Start our reduction down to 30. Yeah, I don't see anything. Told you we might see a little color. We absolutely did. We saw a little color, guys. We saw just a tad. We got to finish our football game, too. I got to get Emmett. Emmett's got to get off the bench. Get back on the field. Smell some grass. Look at those hogbacks up there. You can see one and then a dip and then another one way in the distance there. That's pretty cool. All right, let's let go of this. Let her do her thing. We'll just kind of cruise along with it a little bit here. Our next signal is 3 miles away, so this is like a stupid long block here. It's like they're either really super short or really long. It's based on the old, like the original signal installation. So, you know, there's a lot of things that could have happened back then. Like, you know, back in the day, they had way more signals and they kind of reduced the blocks in the area. I don't know about this area in particular. Like, I'm not saying that for this, but just in general, it seems like with the older stuff, sometimes they streamlined it a little bit, you know, and took some out or kind of moved them around a little bit. That sort of thing. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good dip right there. Your little throttle here so the bottom won't run into the head end. You think about it this way. If you're going through a sag, right? You got the bottom of your train pushing you through the sag, but you got the head end is slowing up because he's going up the hill. So he's starting to lose momentum, but the bottom is still going. So you don't want it to run into you. What is this light up here? I can't even see it. I didn't even know there's... Oh, it scared me for a second. I thought it was a double. I thought it was a double intermediate. It's just a single. That's kind of an interesting location right there.
CSX equipment defect detector milepost 553.0.
I see the signal, but I can't tell what it is. Man, these guys are just dragging getting out of here. It's taking them forever to get... What is that up there? It looks like it's a stop. It looks like an approach right there and then a stop on up. So yeah, that's a pretty short block too. You gotta watch those short blocks. You can't mess around. It's like you gotta know your territory, right? You gotta... If you don't know your territory, you run in on a short block. Good example, one of those videos I did a while back where I was running on the Bakersfield sub, you know, we're going like down this double main stretch somewhere up there. And we get an approach and like the stop was like right there, like 4,000 feet away was the stop. And I didn't know it because I don't know that territory. I don't know anything about that area. And so it was like, oh.
CSX.
That was like really
Equipment
close.
Defect detector. Milepost 553.0. No defects. Total axles 154. End of transmission.
Okay, that one slowpoke's off the railroad. Thank God he's gone, because he was really kind of the one that was holding everything up. That, I don't know what it is. 492 is ahead of us now. 492 would go up to where's it go, to Irwin or something like that, maybe. We see our light. We got it clear. It looks like we got an approach. Nice. I like running on color. I like running on color in game. You know, running on color in real life could be a little stressful because you got to like super pay attention. But in game, like, what's going to happen? You know, do it. Nothing's going to happen. We all had the luxury of being able to get up and walk away and do whatever we want. Right? Like, you could do whatever. You don't have to sweat anything. You don't have to worry about getting a letter in the mail. Don't have to worry about no investigations. Just do your thing. Run your railroad the way you want to, the way it makes you happy. If you want to get the rule book out and go by every single rule in the book, by all means do it. If you want to totally disregard it and run 100 miles an hour, go for it. Yeah, so we got it clear, we got approach. I want to say the siding here at Jesup's what, 6,000 or 7,000 feet long. Like, it's not like crazy long, but I think one of the interesting things that they do now that I just remembered when I said that was about 6,000 foot siding is that they're doing, or they were, or they tried it. I don't know if they still are, but there was a while they were trying out directional running. So like Jesup to Waycross was southbound, and they're running them over to Brunswick. They're running them on the Brunswick line northbound, and then they made a new connector over there where they could run the Y around and get back on the A line that way. So that was kind of interesting how they did. I don't know if that lasted. You know, sometimes railroads do things like that. They try it out for a little bit and they're like, meh, oh, we'll just write that off. All that money we just spent, just write that off. Jesup Ga A768 23 has got a clear distance. Jesup A974 is north out. About to said south. We'll say it's south there. Alright, what do we got? Oh, we can get another light here. Let's go ahead and line him up. We still got an approach. Okay, we're not going to get a light yet. What is it? Does it say what the siding of Jesup is? Nope. No, it doesn't. I want to say it's around 6,000 feet, give or take. Just made transition. She just transitioned. Did backwards transition there. Listen, we don't know backwards transition. We want forwards transition. That is a short block. Yeah, that's real that distance there. Ooh, flaggy. Why she a bit stuttery on me here? This A768 has got approach. West Jesup, A974 north out. That's all right. We'll keep easing on up there. Okay, we do have a stop. Jesup's cool because of the old signal bridges, and these things are based on what they were in true life back in the day. They're long gone now. Lakeland be another spot. Had some cool signal bridges down there, Lakeland, Florida, back in the day. I think they're pretty famous signal bridges. Lots of pictures of them. Wait on his light to clear up sometime today. We're kind of cheaty about it today, but it's okay. We got to go down this main too, because Rainier is going to come off right up here. He said, I gotta figure out how we're going to do that. We're going to do Rainier. I don't know. I guess we go in the yard. I don't know if they have like a set out track down there or what. There you go. Got approach. We'll keep easing on up here. Now it says 30. It says 30 up here. I don't agree with that on the main. I could be wrong. I need to get that timetable out and look at it and see. But I mean, this is like mainline movement. We're not taking a diverging route or anything like that. We're not even going through a curve. It's like straight away. If I remember, yeah, it's just straight up. There's the A line coming in from the right there. Just learned something new the other day. I read somewhere team track was called that because you could get wagons and teams of horses beside the cars to load and unload. It was called a team track. I never knew that. I never, like, honestly never even thought about that. Like, why is it called a team track? But yeah, it's supposed to get your livestock in your wagon up beside it, or you can do that, I guess. That's what I read. The one I want to know is dead track. We had a dead track in one of the towns that I worked at, and I never knew. No one ever knew why it was called the dead track. It wasn't because of an industry. There wasn't any industries on it. Like, it was just a storage track. It's called the dead track. And it was called the dead track even like back in the back in the 40s too. See, there's the 30. I always considered the 30 was for that curve right there. Not necessarily for us, but yeah, well, we'll keep easing along. It's a cool location though. I like that junction. It's kind of neat. Yeah, I don't know why it's a dead track. I've never been able to figure that out. I found like old waybills and stuff from back in the 40s, I guess 40s and 50s. Even they referred to it as a dead track back then. So you would think like dead power, dead locomotives and stuff maybe, but that wasn't, it was never an engine service facility. They never had anything like that there, so I don't know. Like, actually, let's just keep that going. Go by the Amtrak station here. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how I want to do this. Part of me just wants to run around it and like shove it all in there. But we could do that. That is an option. But I don't know how we would do our pickup. It really, a lot of the problem is I just don't know what's in there. Yeah, I have no clue. I don't want to go all the way down in that yard though, and like do all that mess. Where's Rainier? It looks like it's a little ways down. You know what? Let's cheat. Let's go look. We got a little ways to go. We got a long ways to go. Never mind. It's way on down here. It's further than what I thought it would be. Yeah, man, that's a little bit. All right, here we go. Used to be a middle. Yeah, there's a middle siding. I was going to say used to be a middle siding here. It's a scale track. We won't go over the scale track. I don't think we need to weigh. Maybe we do. So there's no way to like set that off and pick up a cut here. I was thinking there's 2 tracks coming off, but there's not. So I'm glad I double checked that. We got these tracks right here. These 2 don't, they just go up in the plant. So we got this one. We might. Yeah, we might could just put it in here. So we don't have to go all the way into like the main yard. Down here, this is the main yard. Yeah, we're not going in there. You see, none of our wood chips have unloaded yet. Like they're still doing their thing. So I think, yeah, that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to set them in this track. But the thing is that we got to hang on to our cars that we're bringing back, right? Like we got cars that are going back to Waycross that we picked up along the way. And oh shoot, we can't even. Could teleport to it if we wanted to. Let's do train, transport to my train. There we go. In that way. Nice swampy area. What is our let's see what our cars look like again. So we got these cars we need to hang on to. These are all going to Rainier. Rainier car. Okay, so everything minus these 2 bottom ones, those need to go back. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we need to put a Rainier cut down up here too. I want to take something back from here. Like we don't have anything ready to go, but we'll kind of fake it a little bit. We'll put something down. Go ahead and go in dynamic. She's starting to slow down a little bit on her. It's a little bit of a downhill here. Just a tad. All right, there's Doctortown Bridge, so our track's going to come off right up here. This is the first time we touched dynamics the whole trip. I told you guys, I'm not a dynamic guy on the Southeast routes. I'm absolutely an air guy. I like using the air. We're going uphill here too. It's a little bit of a knot right here. I don't want to necessarily stop where they're bunched. Oh, okay, that's where the main veer. Okay, I thought that was a switch going off. That's where the main veer is over. So it's actually a little bit further down. The Doctortown Bridge up here, that's where that woman from that film crew got killed. I don't know if you guys saw that in the news years ago. They were doing the what was it, the Midnight Rider, the movie about the Allman Brothers, and supposedly they requested permission from CSX to film. I don't know why in the world did they want to film on that particular bridge. Like, why did it have to be that bridge? They requested permission from CSX to film on that bridge, and it was like CSX was like, well, no, we're not doing that, and they denied them, and they went out there anyway and did it, and the train came along and wound up they tried to get off the bridge. They had like a gurney on there, like they're doing some kind of dream sequence. Had a gurney, I guess it's Greg Allman laying on it, like going through this dream sequence, and the train came along at like 70 mile an hour or 60 mile an hour or whatever, and like they tried to get off the tracks, but it didn't happen, and it hit the gurney and it hit the girl, and unfortunately she didn't make it. Like, what a weird sequence. And of course CSX wound up paying for that too. There was some other trains had been through and seen them out there and didn't say anything. Like, I don't know. The whole thing was kind of a messed up deal all the way around, you know. And sometimes railroads just pay. They just rather pay than go through all the litigation and the lawyers and stuff like that. They just pay and be done with it. I don't know if that actually went to litigation or not, to be honest. I really don't, but I just remember that being just kind of a messed up story. I'm like, you know, they told them not to. They told them not to be out there, you know, not to do it, and they did it anyway. So I don't know. It's like the gall to be like, well, we're going to ask for permission, and but if you don't grant it, we're still going to do it anyway. Yeah. I want to say the producer and the director went to jail, right? Like, they served some jail time over that. I want to say a decent amount, like nothing crazy, but just bad situation. Like, you don't want to mess around in tracks like that. I guess they didn't realize like what a high speed main it was, you know, 70 mile an hour running through here. I played on the tracks when I was a kid. I practically, like, my great grandmother's house was right next to the tracks. I was out there all the time playing on the main, wherever. It was a 35 mile an hour railroad though, like, you know, and it was different times too. I knew all kind of railroad workers back then. No one ever said anything. No one ever said a word. They just, if they said anything, just be careful, you know. But that was basically it. I met some really cool dudes when I was a kid back in the day on the railroad, but nowadays probably wouldn't be like that at all. Let's get a little light set here. Gotta be careful doing this. Brakes and pulling on it like this, like, you don't want your amps to get too high. You don't want it to slip and have the slack run in and then yank back out and get a knuckle, or have your engines transition. Yeah, we'll stop here. We'll stop here, get this switch, I was trying to think how I want to do the rest of this. If we'll run back south, we may do that in another video actually. Let's go ahead and draw them on down. Sweet. All right, let's hop down. Let's go get her switch. And we need to spawn our outbound cut. Yeah, I don't know how they do that in here. I really don't. It's all line across over is lining good. I mean, I guess we could have our outbound cut on this track right here. Let's do it real fast. Let's get an outbound cut. Control F1 for a train. Make her up or left control F1. And let's do some chip hoppers. Random reorder that. Let's do a few box cars because they ship out box cars here, so we definitely need that. We'll do the CSX. Definitely the TTX. On-rail, we can throw one of those in there. Do a few tank cars. Don't really matter. Don't really matter on these. Just throw them in however. A few more boxes. What else we want? What else we want to throw in there? How many boxes we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 boxes. More TTX in there. And we'll do some more chip hoppers. Hopefully this is going to fit. There we go. Good enough. All right, we are going to let's put him right here. Let's put him. See what she does. That all fit. That's good. Just barely. Go to the tagger here. Need to actually no, we're not going to do that. Take them to wax. We'll take them to Waycross and figure out after the fact what we want to do. Let's just grab all those like so. Go. Nice. Oh no, not that. No. Boxes, we could run them anywhere. We could do some Birmingham cars. Let's do Russell. Atlanta. Thinks I'm not sure. And we may send those like to the Gulf Coast. What else could we do? Do Savannah. Montgomery. Tank cars. Gosh, I don't know. New Orleans. I don't know what the difference between you and Knoll is. I think one of them is to the UP. Maybe Knoll. Maybe we need to do that. I don't know where you get caustic soda from. I want to say there's a place up on the Ohio River where they did caustic soda. Maybe they use that there. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Maybe we could route this guy. We don't have an Irwin tag. Trying to think what would be close. Maybe Russell? Maybe Russell would be closest. Russell, Kentucky? Yeah, I want to say there was a place up there that did it. It was, what were those cars? It was HOKX was the cars that we had at our paper mill. We had tons and tons of that. Like all the caustic soda was those cars. Okay, he's all tagged. We could tag this thing on route too if we wanted to, but I don't know them off the top of my head to send them to. We have to get into that later. Everything looks good. Yeah, we need to load some of these guys. All right, so these cars. Spur's getting a phone call. Spur's getting a phone call today. What kind of potential spam? No, we're not answering that. If it's not the school, I don't answer it. I don't ever answer it. Like, nah. Actually, no, we don't need to do that. Oh, come on. Here, let's get these loaded up. Get all the boxes. They could ship something out. Like, they might could ship turpentine and tall out. I mean, that's a possibility. They did the paper mill I worked at, so some of these could technically be loads. I don't think we're gonna worry about it right now, though. All right, I think that looks pretty decent to me. I think that's okay. Sure, we weren't on this switch down here. Yeah, we're good. We're good. It was close. That was real close. All right, so we'll come in this track here. Shoot, this is going to be a problem. Because we're going to have those cars on the head end that we need to get around. We could. Yeah, this is going to be a thing because we got cars on the bottom and the head end that we need to hang on to. The ones on the bottom be easy. It's the ones on the head end, so I need to take those off. But we're going to be in this track right here. I can't set them over to that because then I can't get around it. Oh yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. Really just not a good, easy way to do this. I guess we could do it here. We're getting messages now. What kind of messages am I getting? All right, that's taken care of. These are, yeah, these are stub-ended too, so these really don't help us out any as far as like, I mean, there's one that we could use as a runaround, but yeah, I don't know, guys. All right, let's just go ahead and come on in. We don't have all day. Let me go to the air. Let's run on up in here. We could hang on to those. Like, yeah, we're just gonna have to have a few extra moves to make this work. We got to clear that runaround out, so we're gonna have to get around the bottom of the Rainier cut and like shove them in there. And yeah, I've got a way to do it in my head. I just I have to explain it. I don't know how to explain it the best way. We'll see. We'll see how it works. I could delete them. I really don't want to do that though. I don't want to delete them. Yeah, I don't know. Any of you guys that are watching, if you've ever worked this job in game on any of the servers, if you give me an idea of how like how y'all set out and pick up here. I mean, I could have like really, it probably would have been easiest to like run around it here at Doctortown, go down to Main and cross over and get behind it and just shove it all down here, and we could have set the cars on the head end. We could have kept those on the main, going back to, you know, let's see, how could we do that? We wouldn't even really need, it would be the bottom cars. Set the bottom cars over, shove this in, grab the bottom cars, get back on top, and then shove it all in, and then we'd be set, right? And then we just shove these into clear somewhere, and then grab the other cut and go. So yeah, that'd probably be the best bet. Originally, I thought having the ace poles on the bottom, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's okay, that works out because it's a return trip. But honestly, like when it comes to doing this stuff up here, I probably would have kept them on the head end. That way you had, yeah, we could have just set them over. We could have set them over on the main, shove this in, and then go back to the main and get those cars, come back over to this, shove it the rest of the way in there wherever we put it in the clear, grab onto our other cut and leave. Yeah, I wish I'd done that now, but I mean, hindsight's 2020, right? Like, contrary to what Spur thinks, I don't know everything, unfortunately. Yeah, that is 1000% how I would have, how I do it now. Let's line this guy in this way. I mean, it would have taken a little time to run around it, right? Like we would have had to go all the way down to Doctortown and all the way back up to Jesup, so it's not like ideal. Too many cars to roll by. I'll have to watch some videos. Go to YouTube, consult YouTube, right? Sometimes you can see some stuff on YouTube every once in a while. That and Google. Google probably not so much. We might find a YouTube video that shows them kind of like doing something. You know, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Making a run around in Jesup? I don't know. Every real job I worked, it was really cut and dry. It was so easy. We had a Y, right? Where we came out on the main, there was a Y. And it came out on a siding, and if you came on the south leg of the Y, you went down the siding a little bit, you had two tracks, inside track and the outside track. And that's where our pickups were at. And on our outbound cut, we just left on the north leg of the Y. So we swing the north leg of the Y, cut it off, come out on the siding, go down, you know, back down the siding to the inside or outside track. Sometimes they both have cuts, sometimes only one. Grab those and then be on our way back in. It was like really, really super easy. And we have a problem because this is not going to fit. Nope. Yeah, I didn't take that into consideration, guys. That track's a lot shorter than what I thought it would be. Damn it. Damn it, man. Okay, we got to go plan B. The plan I did not want to go with. This is not what I wanted to do. Okay. Plan B. We have to go down the other yard. Basically, like, there's no way. Yeah, this is not even remotely going to fit, right? Nope. This is just about like a half dozen cars too much. Okay. All right, plan B. We set these over. Oh, I wish I'd shoved these in now. Like, shoving it in move-wise would have been so much easier. We would have had more time investment running around it between Doctortown and Jesup, but like otherwise it would have been a really cut and dry move to make. We should have totally done that. Now we done drug all this train up in here. Don't need that switch, needs to go back the other way. There you go. I hope I didn't run this one down here. Is this one looking good? Let's peek up in there. Is it okay? Doesn't look like it. No, looks like we're running all through that too. There we go. We'll reshim it. Reshim the switch. Reshim the switch, guys. It'll be okay. I promise you that. I know from experience it'll be okay. If you reshim that thing, it'll be all right. All right, let's stop right here. Yeah, we got a little more room we could pull down, but we'll just go ahead and put it right here. Put a handbrake on that bad boy. Oh, come on. Let's go reverse. Race independent. Take a little slack. There we go. Open coupler. Take him ahead. Did we not go? Gosh dang it. Come on. I thought I spammed the hell out of it to get it going forward. I guess I didn't. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, no, no. I'm going to dump the air. Yep, I just did. Rookie mistake. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. Rookie mistake there. I'm just like, I'm so jacked up by this move. Like coming in here and having my plans like just blow up in my face. And then, trying to figure out the easiest way to do this without having to make 50 bazillion moves. That's what happens when you get distracted on the railroad. You can't get distracted. Can't have a mental vacation. Spur's having a mental vacation right now because I'm trying to figure out how I want to do all this. Now, in real life, they have a planet switcher here. We just went the wrong damn way. Come on! Spur is about ready to copy this thing and put it back down and say, not worry about it. It could be a possibility. We could totally do that. In fact, I think we are. I think we're going to cheat like no tomorrow. Right? We're going to cheat like no tomorrow. We're going to save ourselves all these moves. We're going to cheat like no tomorrow. Until I really wish I shoved this thing up in here now. I really, like, we could have worked between the main and the spur and, like, got all our cuts right and then just shove it in here and pick up the other one. And it wouldn't have mattered. And we would have been set. Like, I so wish I'd have done that now. But, like I said, hindsight's 2020, so let's just go with it. Let's make this thing solid, get it back right, copy it. We're gonna flip it around too. Like, I don't even care at this point. I don't even care. Like, we're not doing all this. We're not doing all this. You know, let's just shift F7. That shows how you dump it if you do it too quick. Shift F7 this bad boy. There we go. Now we're good. All right, so yeah, it's gonna change our cut around, but like in the long run, it don't matter. All right, go control F1. Let's clear all this out. Copy player train. I'm teaching you guys how to use the train maker upper if you've never done it. That's exactly what this is about. It's not because Spur's lazy or anything like that. It has nothing to do with laziness, okay? Don't be thinking that. It just, you guys need to know. Y'all need to know how to do this. I'm making y'all sit through this so y'all can learn, okay? We're gonna put those there. This is what we would have been doing if we'd done the moves. Did I not? Like, where is the... There it is. This is basically the end result. Things will be kind of turned around a little bit, but the plant don't care. They don't care. I don't care. No one cares. We got it copied. We're good on that. Take this bad boy. Delete. Make sure we got all our switches right. That one back right. There. There we go. Nice. Okay, I think we're good to go. I think we're cooking now. Let's place train. There we go. Crisis averted. I just didn't want to spend all that time in this plant switching. Like, I'd rather just be a set out and pick up and then go on about your merry way. There we go. Easy. Now see, if we just, like I said, come down here, you know, cut off of our train, run around it, come back behind it, grab onto it, set our bottom ace pole cars in right here, you know, and then shove the train in just into clear, come back over, grab the ace pole, put those on the head end, then all our way cross, all our shorts would be on the head end, right? All our cars going back to be on the head end. Shove the rest of it down in here. Like, we could shove it down to like right here. And then we could have swung over here and grabbed that up with the cars that we're hanging on to, and then we're set. Then we got everything we need, basically. So just pretend like we just shoved everything up in here, right? This is what we just did. We just shoved everything in. He's got a handbrake because we just applied it. Let's shift F7 and put a couple of handbrakes on the head end. There we go. Let's put one on him. Put one on him. That should be good. Go over here. Grab you. Close angle cock. Open the coupling pin. And we should be good now. We look like air-wise, we're good on that. So we have no independent. There we go, sweet. And you know, the only thing about this isn't quite like, it would have been a little bit different if we'd done it the way now that I figured out, is that these ace poles would have been on the very head end right here instead of behind all this stuff. But now we know. Next time, if we ever do this again, and I've never done this job, don't know anything about it, but if we ever do this again, then we shall know. The light has been shined upon us, guys. We know now. We know how to do it. I would much rather make that long run around than to do 50 bazillion moves here in this plant. 50 bazillion moves trying to get everything organized and back right. You know, plus your 6 axles in a paper mill. I don't know what this one's like, but the paper mill that I worked on, you most definitely could not have 6 axles up in there. We would have derailed something in a New York minute. Like, we would have had all kind of stuff tore up. Yeah, we sure would have. We would have had all kind of stuff tore up. Making a run around down double main like that on 3 light engines, that would have been easy. That really would have been easy. It would have taken a little time to do that, but I think less time than it would have taken us to come in here and go all the way down in that yard and make all those moves. Like, yeah, that turned into a quick headache. It really did. That was a super quick headache, guys. I was like, ugh, I don't want to do all that. Like, Spirit does not want to do all that. We want to do easy armchair railroading. We don't want to do all the complicated. There we go. There we go. Independent there. Get our switch. Catch up real fast here. There we go. Nice. Get her in reverse. Throttle up. Release independent. All right, switch is line into clear. Let's take it back. A768. Actually, no, it's not. Switch is not line. Switch is not line. We gotta get. Is it this one? I can't tell. Is it this one or the other one? That's that one there. Oof. Oof. Never mind. Never mind. Scratch that. Take it ahead. 768. Take it ahead. It's this. Okay, we're going in here. Because the first one I looked at it, it looked like we were kind of going back and around. Take it ahead. Never mind. 768. My engineer is going to so hate me. He's going to make me walk back the way across. By the time this is over with, he's going to make me walk back. Kind of a weird location because the points, like... Oh, I see. It's because it's a switch and a switch. That's kind of different. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It's like in the frog there. Alright. Switch is line in and clear. 768. Come on back. We'll catch up as he goes by. That'll catch up. Man, this thing, it just needs to be louder. Everything is like, I want to be able to have to turn it down, right? I'd much rather turn it down to what I want than to like max it out and it still not be enough, you know? All right, 768, come on back about, what, about 4, we'll say 4 good ones to a couple. Do a stop, we'll make it a stop. Yeah, I want my eardrums to feel the vibrations. Like, I totally... Alright, 3 more, 3. Two more cars, too, 768. Alright, let's swing down. Run up here, make this joint. Alright, so he's mowing down. One more, 1 to a coupling. 768. Two. 7 that real fast. Get him right. There we go. Sweet. Picked it up. I need to check the bottom. Their EOT rehung. There we go. EOT is attached. Go back over here and look at it real fast. We got it open. Did we open it up? No, let's partial. Looks like we're leaking air somewhere, did we not? We hit shift F7. Why did this thing not shift F7? In fact, I know I did because I remember seeing that come up. Alright, we're good. Go ahead and cut this guy in the rest of the way. Oh, it's good to go. It automatically did it for us. Okay. Hop back in the cab. We do have an EOT. I I don't know why sometimes I hang the OT, I don't get anything, and other times I hang it and it's fine. I'm at a complete and total loss on that. Like, that is exactly what we've done before in the other video, and I didn't have continuity to the bottom, so I don't know. I know what we did, right? These lights here. So are we good? Everything looks good. Air's up. No independent. Let's spell them just a little bit there. Work. These handbrakes. All right, good to go. Let's blast off, guys. Forward before we derail something. Man, I am just not with it in this plant. I am so not with it in here. Let's look at our train. Let's see what our train stats look like. 12 loads, 25 empties, 2,700 feet, 2,700 tons, 4 HPT. Nice. Yeah, next time we do this, we're doing it with 2 engines. Three big jacks, a little bit of an overkill. We need to do 2. I think all the videos, I've gone back and watched some videos from like 10, 15 years ago, 768, and it was always 2 engines, at least that I can remember seeing. Never say never. There could be times when they had 3, but for my purposes, I saw 2. I saw 1. 1 was pretty cool. It had a SD60M on the head end. I thought that was pretty neat. I remember those. I remember catching SD60Ms from time to time. They're all right. Get this other switch up here. This one, we're not going to go back over the scale. They probably shove up in there, lock in the clear. I'd imagine. Yeah, we got a little train. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. Good size local. I don't remember having a local this big. I sure don't. A 16 car. I'm sure I had some bigger, like more than 16 cars for sure. Maybe 20 cars, 25. I think the cuts we used to drag into the paper mill, I thought they might could get kind of, I don't even know if they're this big, honestly. Like, even if we pulled both tracks. It's pretty decent local. It's all those chip hoppers. You know what? These things are, I don't know, 60 plus feet, right? Looks like it. Like, that's a 60-foot box. It looks like it's a little bit longer. I don't know what the length on these cars were. These big Greenville 7,000 cubic foot chip hoppers. A 50-footer there. Maybe a hair over 60. I try to compare it with that 60-foot double door. What is that? Is that an F-box? Oh, it's a T-box. F-boxes, okay. I remember us doing F-boxes all the time at the paper mill. This is what we used to call them, F-boxes. The cool thing about that, when you work the paper dock, they wouldn't ask for specific cars. They would just tell you, we need so many 463s, we need so many F-boxes, and we need, what was the 161s, I think is what the CSX double door boxes were. The 463s were NS double door, like NS high cubes, and then the 161s were the CSX ones, and then the F boxes were the F boxes. So they wouldn't tell you, like, you wouldn't spot a specific car in there. They would just tell you what their need was, and we had a pool, like we literally had a pool of cars, and you just go in the yard and dig some out. and then take them down there. The thing that I remember about that was they were all plug door cars because the new Sprint couldn't have any outside exposure. You have to check the seals on the doors. You'd have to make sure that the doors are okay. And a lot of times, especially the 161s, the CSX cars were crap. Like, you would take those things down in there and they would reject them all the time because the door seal would be jacked up, or the door wouldn't like slide on the track that good, or whatever. There'd be some kind of problem. I don't think they ever rejected a 463 an NS car, but the CSX cars, like, they would reject those things all the time. Never failed, all the time. So yeah, that sucked. But and then the F boxes were fine too, because those cars were like practically brand new back then. So yeah, we had a pool. We just had a pool of them in the yard. Same for the Bell Pulp cars. They were just regular 50-foot slot boxes. And we had a ton of those. I remember we had this runaround track that kind of went off way out in the woods and then came back around onto the main, and it was just full of those. The only thing with those is the agent would leave us a note sometime, and he would tell us specific cars to dig out of there to use, not because they were requested, but because they had been sitting there for so long. So we would have to dig those cars out and use those. You'd be like, yeah, these cars have been here for, you know, several weeks, so we need to dig them out and use them. Because what happened is, like, we would keep shoving new empties on top of them, and they would just pile up more and more and more, and we just keep grabbing off the top, right? Like, you wouldn't rotate your stock of box cars. So yeah, that's what we would do. And yeah, I think everything that they loaded out up there, they didn't request a single car. Like, we were just told what kind of car they needed, but it wasn't like a specific car that we had to take. All right, let's go down here and get this switch. Stop this guy. Oh, stop. Because I want to shove him back. I don't want to walk. I want to shove back. Yeah, bro. Shove back. Pick me up. Hopefully it'll fit. Hopefully he'll fit. So we can make a reverse move. And you can pick me up instead of walking off. I mean, there's only a few thousand feet. I mean, really, we could walk. We could walk up and meet them halfway. Be like, all right, 768 switches line and clear, shove them back, pick me up. I don't know. You do this stuff enough over time with the same people, it gets to be a routine. It's the same routine. It's all about routines, right? Non-routine stuff is when it got interesting. I like the T-boxes look really, really nice. I like the look. I like the yellow on those. I think the yellow is much better than these other ones here. The jog. I definitely didn't walk this slow. That needs to be sped up. Walk up on the engineer side. You can watch in his mirror too, or look out the window. You can kind of see. Yeah, it's a decent train. Like, she's not, on paper, she's not very long, but see how far we'd have to walk. We'd go a long ways. I'm curious to see how the bottom is. This bottom, because we got that signal back there, right? We could call the dispatcher and give him a light. You know, have him get us a light, but This train does actually going up to Allenhurst. To the base up there. I can't think of the name of the base off the top of my head, but all right, there we go. We're good. Let's get out of here. Let's blast off. Call dispatcher up. Say A768 load up, ready to head back south the Waycross. We got one stop at Ace Pole, wherever that's at, Blackshear. I think Mike would tell him that. Give him a heads up. Be like, yeah, we gotta stop at Blackshear and do some work there, and then straight to Waycross. I think what we're going to do is just stop at West Jesup. We'll just take it down to there. All right, let's see where our bottom's at. I'm just curious where that's at. How close was that? Oh yeah, we had plenty of room. Plenty of room. All right, so let's go to West Jesup. Then the next video after this, we'll go all the way to Waycross. So we'll take it. We'll go to Ace Pole down Blackshear, switch that. I wish those cars were directly behind the engines, but I mean, now we know. Now we know. I'd definitely run around this and shove it in, though, without a doubt, unless there's something better that someone maybe can mention. But go to Waycross. We might back in the yard. That was the thing with locals back in the day in short trains, back in the yard. He's on down here, this light. Yeah, backing in the yard would be cool. We could do that. Then next videos, I want to do a hump job. You do the hump job sometime. I want to do 724. I got to get that train right though. I got to do some work on that on the side. That'll be my side hustle, working on that train, getting it set up, and then we'll be good. Good to go. I kind of enjoyed this stuff. Apart, like, we've done so many through freights all the time. It's kind of nice doing these locals and kind of odd jobs. Another one I want to do too, a ballast train. A ballast train would be cool, like an AO13. Like that was one of the symbols that they used back in AO13. Used to have two C30-7s on the head, like all those trains, like anything that was ballast related had a C. It was required. You had to have a C30-7 on it. Sometimes two or three of them. That was like my main exposure to C30-7s was on those company ballast trains. Sometimes it'd be Conrail unit. Sometimes CSX units. You know, it varied. I didn't get to swap ends though. I was really wanting to swap engines on this train. It just dawned on me. I was like, we're going to swap because I plan on changing the horn on the way back, but it is what it is. But yeah, I never forget. Used to ride on all these Conrail units, and you used to see like duct tape around the door, the sill of the door. You know, you see like duct tape stuck on there around it all the time, and I'm like, why is all this duct tape like all around the door, front door, all the time? Duct tape. And then I realized I had a Conrail C30-7 late one night on a ballast train, and it was cold outside. It was so cold, and we had like the heater cranked up, the sidewalls on, and it just was not getting warm in there because like the air was just constantly getting in, you know. And then it dawned on me, you could feel the air coming in around the door sill, you know. I was like, that's why they, like, up north, they tried to seal it off, you know, seal it off and make it warm. Down south, most of the time it wasn't a big deal, but We got to approach medium? Really? Why do we have an approach medium? Like, that makes no sense. Why do we have an approach medium? It's straight. It's straight away. We're not diverging. Like, why do we... Maybe it's because we're stopping. So that's like, it's not necessarily giving us an approach medium for a diverging route. It's giving us an approach medium as an advanced approach to a stop. Okay, that's why. I was like, why do we have an approach medium? Didn't make any sense to me. What is this signal here? I don't even know. Distant to Jesup. A768 23 has got approach medium distant to Jesup. 8974 south out. All right, let's go. Yeah, we get back to Waycross, we'll service these. We'll probably split one off, use it for something else. We're gonna rush, go make a transition. Oh, she's quiet. Try to get all the noise we can in here. It's a good train though. It's not a bad job. It honestly isn't. As long as you keep it reasonable, you know, don't work everything. I mean, you could. There might be days where you have to hit everything, you know, along the route, but I highly doubt it. I really think it's just hitting a few things here and there, you know. Next trip, the next day, which would be tomorrow, because this is like a Monday through Friday job or some Monday through Saturday, Monday through Friday, something like that. The next day, you know, next trip, they may not hit Gilman Brothers. You know, we worked it this time, and the canning place may not hit it. It may hit something different. You know, I'm sure there's probably days on this job where they just simply go to Rainier, you know, and come back. You know, it could vary a lot. Yeah, not a bad job. I've enjoyed it. It's been a good trip so far. It looks like, I think it's a 3-head signal down there. So probably got to approach over the top. Just can't see it because the bridge is clipping it off a little bit. Yeah, I just can't see it. A little bit of grade there. Oops, didn't mean to hit that. Would it be cool if you could do a tie train, set cross ties out? You know how they have the cranes on the top? Set the ties out on the side. Be careful not to tank your performance setting out 50 bazillion cross ties. Yeah, come on by him, tracker. Jesup Ga A768 has got approached Jesup Nahuna number 1 to Jesup Main. 74 south out. Pretty flat through here. What was that about? We just went into emergency. That was kind of weird. Why are we going to emergency? What happened? Did we get an air hose? Like, I mean, I know I was kind of aggressive coming out of the throttle, but we're just coasting along at like 30 on flat ground. That shouldn't have been a thing. What happened? I don't see a brake. She just went to emergency. What in the blue? Okay. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know what happened with that. I'm at a loss on that. I am totally at a loss on that. What happened? Yeah, everything's good. Like, she's solid. Like, everything is... Alright, well, let's put her in, I don't remember how to do this. Hey, I'm running out of time, too. Like, we're fixing to have to go. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know what happened with that. That's really odd. Maybe... I was kind of wondering if... I don't even know. Can you snag an air hose on something in game? I mean, that's happened. Trying to remember a keyboard command for throwing her in emergency. I thought it was shift backspace. Left control backspace. Okay. There we go. Now we should be able to reset. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at a loss on that. Like, the air just literally just went down. It's kind of weird. Like, it's like the sound cut out and then... And then she went to emergency. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, there we go. I had to remember how to put it in emergency. It's control backspace. I was thinking it was shift backspace. But it's actually it's control backspace. As far as why the air dumped, I have zero clue. Like, we're solid, we're together, all our air hoses are good, like everything is good. The only thing I can think of is that we had a snapshot or a dynamiter or something, which doesn't make sense because I didn't touch the air. Because I don't think I did. Did I touch the air? I don't think I did. I didn't touch the air. Like, I'm kind of at a loss as far as like why she did that. Okay, we're good. Let her build back up, and we can go on about our way. I'm at a complete and total loss on that. I would say a snapshot. That's what a lot of people call them, dynamiters and stuff like that. We call them snapshots. The only time I've ever heard them called that. But it's just a undesired application of emergency brake. We could have, like, you could snag an air hose on something. That would be a separation though. Like, the air hose would be busted. You could get a knuckle, of course. We didn't get a knuckle. Sometimes you could have a bad air hose gasket, and so Like if the slack runs in a little bit and it kind of twists it around enough that it could hit that spot, like you could line it up right and dump the, like, I don't know. I'm at a loss, guys. I really just am. It's going to take us a hot minute though to get this back right. It's typical though. Like it's cool that it happened. It's totally cool that it happened. I'll have to go back and watch this back and see like what I did. I know that I came out of the throttle pretty aggressive. 4 notches. Like I said, we're coasting along. We're not high amps. We're not really, there's no flat ground. We weren't really doing anything. So that should have totally been fine. That shouldn't have been an issue at all. Like I said, maybe it was a snapshot. Usually you don't get a dynamiter until you touch the brake. You actuate the brake and then it goes. I'm really at a loss as far as what that could have been. Let's go ahead and give it a little more air on a compressor. So if I remember correctly, EMDs are mechanical driven compressors, like they drive directly off the engine, and GEs are electric. So with a mechanical connected compressor, you can actually pump more air by notching it up a few notches. I could have that backwards. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's wanting to pump up. Maybe Spur got his first knuckle ever in the history of Run 8. Well, I say in the history of my Run 8 videos, I've gotten plenty before, but did we not open this up all the way? Yeah, we did. That's open. I hear air. We did get a knuckle. Nice. No, we didn't. Did we? No, we had a derailment. We didn't get a knuckle. We just had a flat out derailment. How did that happen? Wow. Okay, so y'all get to see me fix the derailment here, guys. I gotta think about how I want to do this exactly. Let's close that guy. Let's open it up. Forward, right? There we go. Forward. Okay. Nice. Nice. Yeah, we're doing this a legit way. How we had a derail? How did we get one truck off like that? That is beyond me. I have never had that happen ever. Are we good? One set of trucks. We weren't even taking a diverging route. Like we were just straight down the main, coasting along, low power. I think maybe we were in number 4. Coming down here, getting ready to stop. Came out of the throttle. Like I said, I wiped it out, but it's not something that I haven't done 50 bazillion other times. Like on this little bitty train, it shouldn't have never been a problem. That should have never been a thing. All right, let's wow. I have zero clue how that happened. Really, I'm at a loss. Brake pipe's only up to 70 right now. We need to wait a bit. We only got a few cars. I think it'd be all right. All right, let's see if we re-rail this thing. Oh, it totally did not work. It totally did not work. All right, stop. I don't think I have ever done this. I have to call Holter. There we go. Nice. We got it that time. Sweet. Okay. We're good with that. All right, let's bring her on back to a coupling. That is so wild. I don't know what happened. Like, call us a taxi. I'm ready to go dead right here. Oh, yeah, everything's good. Connect. We shouldn't even need any independent here. Like, as flat as a pancake. Like, we should totally just be able to, like, just to sit or use the power to hold it. All right, let's open her up partial, see what she does. CFM's going up. Someone left a comment, a tip, and this is a good tip. I agree with that. It says they were saying wait till it's below 100. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had it dump if you open it up below 100. It looks like. Yeah, it looks like it's not charging up here either. Yeah, it is. There it goes. Now it's starting to. ZipM is 85. Let's open it up the rest of the way. Brake pipe's coming on up. Yeah, we should be able just to go ahead and ease down to the end of the siding down here. Wow, that's the first, guys. I don't think I've ever run into that before. Like, just a random derailment just out of the blue of, like, goofing off. Yeah, absolutely. But like, just like minding your own business. All right, well, let's take it down to West Jesup. Let's see what our yeah, zero. It's flat as a pancake right here. Like, I really don't know how it could have got a set of wheels off the ground. That it was this one, right? I don't even, yeah, it was this one here. So we hadn't even gone through the junction. Like, that could have happened right there. Maybe it just didn't like it that I wiped the throttle from 4 to 0. Oh, I didn't even do all 4 at one time. I think I did 2 and 2, right? Yeah, I want to say it was 2 and 2. I'm not sure on that. I'm not sure. Anyway, guys, we're going to roll on down to the other end of Jesup here. We're going to go ahead and end it. We'll pick up with another video sometime, maybe tomorrow. We might finish this up tomorrow where we take it on to Waycross. Love all of you. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace. No, big cat. No. Oh, no. No, kitty. Oh, that's a MiG. That's a MiG over us. Okay. It's the weirdest day ever.